So it ended 11-4 against Lazio in aggregate. That sounds bad until you figure out that I drew the second leg 3-3. Wait, does that make it better? Or... Hello ladies and gents, I hope you're well. Welcome back to another episode of the FM21 Dortmund series. Apologies for not uploading for a few days. Had a few days off, had to process that Lazio result in the end, of course, losing 8-1. And then, as I said, we drew the second leg 3-3, so slightly redeemed ourselves, maybe. We are at the end of the season. We are going to go through today the end of season presentation thing, look at the season as a whole, and set out our plans for season 2 in the save. We finished top of the Bundesliga, 16 points ahead of Bayern Munich. That's a bit mental to say. I don't think it will be that much of a gap if we do win it next season. I will say straight off the bat, I think there'll be one more season of this Dortmund save on YouTube, and then I think that's it. I think we move on to bigger and better things. This has been a really enjoyable first season. Hopefully the second can be enjoyable as well. Hopefully we make more progress in the Champions League, which is the aim. And then we might take this then to Twitch to carry it on as a kind of secondary save into the future, but we'll see how that plans out. Let's look at today then the season review. Player stats to start off with. As you can see, Erling Haaland, top goal scorer. This guy has been an absolute machine for us all season. Hopefully you guys have noticed that throughout the episodes. I mean, you definitely have. He scores for fun. 39 goals he got for us this season in 47 appearances. What a return that is. 39 goals is actually the most scored by a Dortmund player in a single season, matching Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang actually. So if he'd got one more and got to the 40 goal mark, which would have been outstanding, he would have been out there on his own as the top goal scorer in a season for Borussia Dortmund. But he has to share the accolade with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and at only 20 years old, I don't think there's any reason he couldn't score more next season. I mean, other than the fact that it's probably going to get patched in some way when the full game comes out, because everyone's striker has been scoring 40 goals. But anyway, moving on. We can see that Erling Haaland got the highest average rating of the squad. I mean, that's not a surprise. But moving on to most assists, Marco Reus and Julian Brandt, 16 assists each. And actually, if we look at the squad in general and sort it by goals, we'll sort it by assists actually. 16 assists for Julian Brandt, but 18 goals from Julian Brandt. This guy, I mean, I thought that Haaland would run away with Player of the Season. And he still might when we get to that point. But Julian Brandt is put himself up there and is in contention for Player of the Season. To get 18 goals and 16 assists from left wing and not playing every game. Played 48 appearances, as you can see, from the start. One coming on as a sub. 18 goals, 16 assists. It is mental, to be fair. He has been outstanding. A lot better than I expected him to be when we first joined the club at the start of the season. Him and Haaland this year developed a really special partnership. And without either of those two, we wouldn't be anywhere near the top of the table. Saying that though, we also had Marco Reus, as we said, on 16 assists. He got 12 goals as well. Played a couple more games than Julian Brandt. Didn't suffer with any injuries, I don't think. Played 50 games, started 50 games in all competitions. That is crazy for him. On the older side, to be fair, of his career, but still a top player and was unreal for us. Played this number 10 role most of the season. We shifted him out wide a couple of times, thinking about it, onto the left, but still a great player. And again, I was thinking about getting a replacement Cam in the summer, maybe if he didn't perform to expectations, but I think he's played very well, and he's on 210k a week, so you can't really not play someone who's on 210k a week. But a Bundesliga Borussia Dortmund legend, and he was very, very good this season. Might start to decline now he hits towards 31, 32, but we'll have to see. Just going through the other assists now, I mean, Guerrero got 11, Jude Bellingham got 11, Erling Haaland got 10 himself, Thomas Meunier got 10, Jadon Sancho got 7, but Jadon Sancho getting 27 goals from right wing. This team, going forward, this team oozed creativity. The quality it had in the final third. I mean, that is how we won most of our games. You saw it. I identified early on that we had to be on top of teams. We had to play on the front foot, play attacking football as the board wanted us to do. And it was just made possible by all these great talents we had. And Jadon Sancho getting 27 goals in all competitions from 49 starts, 7 assists as well, only 21, young like Haaland, will improve a lot yet and is already a top player at this football club. Him, Brandt and Haaland, that front three was just deadly all season long. We could find ourselves getting some interesting offers for some of the players in our squad, but if we can keep hold of everyone and then can just build the foundation slightly, probably further back in the team, looking at defence and centre midfield, I think we could have a real shot at going for the Champions League next year, as long as we don't play Lazio. Ironically, the best average rating for our squad, so the squad stats are telling us, was Marvin Hitz, and he played one game. I started him once. He played well. I think he might have got a clean sheet. 7.4 average rating. Done. He's gone now. Stuck him in the under-19s, and since then he's played for them. So well done, Marvin. Well done. Guerrero down the left-hand side, a very important player for us, as was Thomas Meunier, to be fair, down the right-hand side. Always overlapping. I like to have my inside forwards, inside wingers going really tight to the striker. Then you get the fullbacks around the outside, and everything worked so well in our formation last year. And it's going to be interesting this season to try and improve on that and improve the 11 players we have that start the game. Have those players on the bench that can come on and really make a difference, but then also not messing with the dynamic that we've got and the squad happiness that we're currently dealing with. One thing to note then, Piszczek bids farewell to Borussia Dortmund, a player who still had the quality to get in our team as a backup, to be fair, when Thomas Meunier wasn't fit, but a very good player, made some decent assists, decent performances at that right back position, even though he was coming to the end of his Dortmund career. A right back is definitely something we're going to need to recruit now because, of course, Paslak's off to Hanover, Piszczek's retired. We've just got Meunier and maybe some other guy who I didn't use last season. We've now got to make the decision whether we try and improve on Thomas Meunier, who is very good, or we just go in for an understudy that has to just fill in the gaps when Meunier isn't fit. Oh, damn, we've been given £98 million for winning the Bundesliga. The board are delighted. I'm glad, to be honest, because I don't think I could have done much else in the Bundesliga. Here we go, end of season review. How good does that look? We won the Super Cup, of course, and the Bundesliga, the main one. End of season review 2021. I really like this feature in FM21. I think it's really good. Anyway, the new arrivals. We only had one, to be fair, and that was Andrea Petagna, who actually has a face now with the face pack. That's interesting to see what he actually looks like. Came in for $5.5 million and did his job, to be fair. 29 sub appearances. You can see he was that understudy to Haaland, will be again next season. But when he came on, he often delivered. From 7 starts, scoring 8 goals. Of course, not all of them would have been from starts, but 5 assists as well. A decent turnout from him. Marco Hess, by the way, a 15-year-old, actually came through our youth intake. I didn't show you him at the time. I'm not really sure why. I must have missed that. But looks very good, to be fair. Definitely has some attributes in there I like the look of. Passing off the ball. Technique is on the rise. Could definitely be someone in the future that we look at. I'm not really sure. Don't really see him as a striker. I mean, I'm seeing more as an attacking mid, maybe a centre mid. But to be valued at 700k already, decent. Let's move on then to the season results. Here it is then. Final position in the Bundesliga is first. Of course it is. We already mentioned we are 16 points ahead of Bayern Munich, who had a massive off-season. To be fair, they only lost 3 games, the same as us. We both lost 3 games. You can see it was the draws that made the difference. We won 28 games. They won 20, drawing 8 more games than us on 11. So it was where we could get ourselves over the line. They often struggled and were pegged back fairly easily. And we were just a scoring machine. Look at our goal difference of 62 to their 36, which is why I think a lot of our draws or a lot of games that were tight, we were able to push over the line because we just could not stop scoring. We massively underachieved in the Champions League and we'll look to do better next season. Same with Europa League, really. The fact that we were knocked out by Lazio in the manner in which it was 11-4 on aggregate, I think we could have done better and probably could have won the competition. I mean, Lazio aside, we were pretty much breezing past everyone. We got quite a nice draw, to be fair. Victoria Plzen was quite easy. Ajax threatened us a little bit, but I felt we always had enough. Wolfsburg, never worried about it at all. And Lazio, I thought we'd actually beat with ease as well, bearing in mind and the run we were on at that point in time. But the 8-1 brought us straight back down to earth. And of course, that was in the end the result that cost us progression in the Europa League. The Pokal knocked down the semi-final by Wolfsburg, of course, in the same episode as the Lazio one. I think we were still a bit shocked by the way that Lazio completely tore us apart. Wolfsburg, who we played 5 times this season, only managed to beat us twice actually in the league just before this game and then this game as well. So couldn't win the Pokal, the main domestic cup this time around. However, we did win the Super Cup against Bayern Munich. One of the first few games I played actually on the save, one I didn't show you in an episode, but we beat Bayern Munich on penalties in the end. Julian Brand being the man to pull the strings and get us ahead, and he scored quite a lot of goals against Bayern Munich, to be fair. 2 trophies overall, the Bundesliga and the Super Cup, but next year we're hoping to win more. We're setting out to win big next season, I tell you. We are not laying down. Here we go then. Moments to remember. Biggest win was actually on the final day where we beat Bayer Leverkusen 6-0. They had nothing to play for, to be fair, and I went all out attacking because I really wanted Haaland to get to the 39 goal mark to be level with Aubameyang on top scorer over a season. Match to remember, the Bayern Munich 4-1 win. What an episode that was. Julian Brand getting a hat-trick. Again, being that person to stand up on the big occasion. And then goal of the season, Guerrero against Leipzig. I can't remember this, to be honest. I'm not sure we played Leipzig in an episode, so I'm not sure we can see this. Maybe we'll go and try and find it in a bit. Why can't you click it on here? I did find that a bit weird that you can't click it on here. But anyway, Guerrero scored a great goal against Leipzig. Remember that? Yeah, same. 482,000 shirts sold. Haaland being the top seller. I think that's understandable. Royce, Sancho, Brandt and Hazard. That one has surprised me. Thorgan Hazard being one of the best-selling shirts. Interesting. And here we go then, the best 11. I'm not sure there's going to be any surprises in here at all. Berkey in goal, not for much longer, but to be fair, on the whole of last season, played quite well, had a few dodgy moments towards the end. And I think that made our mind up that we need a top level keeper if we want to go anywhere in Europe. But Berkey in goal, Munier, Zagadou, Hummels and Guerrero. Again, that centre-back partnership, not too sure if we want to progress in Europe. Bellingham and Witsel in the centre, Sancho, Royce and Julian Brandt behind, Erling Haaland up top. Gegenpress is how we played, 43-1 the whole time. His average ratings are pretty mad. 10 assists from Thomas Munier, to be fair. It's decent. Here are the accolades then. Fans player of the season, Erling Haaland. I think that's fair enough. Young player of the season, Erling Haaland. The signing of the season, Andrea Petagna. I mean, we only signed him, so it had to be him. Zagadou getting 17 yellow cards. Wow, that is mad. Fastest goal, Thomas Delaney scored after 1 minute and 3 seconds. Okay. I've been just noticed as well. I had 15 caps for England. Scored 4 goals. It's not bad. Anyway, guys, that is the end of the season review of season number 1. As I said, there'll be one more season of this on YouTube. Then we might take over to Twitch, depending on what happens in this next season. If you have enjoyed, make sure you smash that like button below it and make sure you subscribe because, as I said, we've got one more season of this, but also some very exciting Football Manager content coming. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're aiming for 450 now. We're getting there. We're on the road. 450 subscribers. Mental. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon for a transfer special. See you then.